Alrighty then, hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to fix corrupt footage files on your Mac. Now, yesterday I sadly came across that my file was corrupt because it was basically recording to the point where my SD card was full and it basically just kept recording. So it got a corrupt file. And I was wondering, oh crap, how am I going to salvage this footage? Because when I look at the video file, it still says 1.3 gigs. So I wanted to try and fix this. And I was doing a bunch of research, found a Windows version, but I didn't know how to do it for Mac. So after a bit of research, I've piled down this video to show you how to do this for Mac, because I'm using a Mac, and I'm sure you are as well. So firstly, you want to go to the first link in the description, mp4repair.org, and you're going to pick the damaged file. Now this website only just checks if your footage is even salvageable to fix. So you basically pick the footage that you want to, which is corrupt. You click open, it scans through and finds out if there's any audio or if there's any, anyway, that's the first thing which you're going to need to do. Secondly, you're going to need to get this application called Video Repair Software. I've left a link in the description for that one as well. Go down the page. I'm really grateful that these guys made this app because otherwise I would have crappy footage that I can't use. So anyway, you're going to download that one and make sure you're saving all of this straight to the desktop. It makes it much easier to follow the video and manage. You're going to get a zip file. You're going to basically unzip that and you're going to get the folder. You're going to open up the folder. Inside you've got GS 1.4 megabytes and gs.exe. We're going to go for GS because that's the Mac version. Click OK for English. Now this is the thing, it says demo version only 50%, so it's saying you can only fix 50% of your damaged file. But there's a neat little trick I found online through research on how you can basically get it to do 100% of the file. But like I said, I was finding that from Windows, not for Mac. But now I found it for Mac. So we're going to open that in a minute because what we need first is we need that file. We need that we need the 100% file, you could say. So firstly, copy and paste your original, your basically damaged file into a new folder. I'm just going to call that edit. So we got the new folder. Paste that into this folder here. And what we're going to do is we're going to rename this file, this corrupted file, to version 1 or v1 just for simplicity. And then going to paste that again. Going to have a copy of that. It's going to take you might need to make sure you've got enough space on your Mac, otherwise it's going to take up quite a bit of space. Anyway, so now we've got version 1, version 2, and it's in the folder directory of edit on my desktop. Now we're going to open terminal. Now this is the kind of CMD typing coding part. Not really, it's not that difficult. I've left a link down below if you want to try and do even further research, but this is the simplest way I found it online through a forum. But I'll leave a link down to there for credits as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to write cat, which is, now this is the thing, I'm not entirely sure on this part because I think you need QuickTime 7. Now for some reason on my Mac I've got QuickTime 7, but I do warn you that maybe you need to have QuickTime 7 on here, or maybe it just uses QuickTime. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I think it's pretty standard. What we're going to do is write cat space, and then we're going to be a bit lazy and just transfer the file directory straight into there, and then take the next file directory and drag it straight into there. So now we've got this one and this one. And then what we're going to write is 2 slashes, and then you're going to take that file again, but now rename it. Remember these 2 arrows. There's 2 arrows in between the, I'll leave the link down below for your, just follow it exact and write everything exact and it should work is what I'm trying to say. So now we've got where we're going to, okay, this basically takes the 2 files, merges them together and puts it straight back into the folder. And we're going to call that version 3. Hit enter. Now this is the part which might take a bit of time. It's basically merging them together. Command, there we go. So now we've got our file which is, well, as it says, 2.6 gigs instead of 1.3. So now we can finally fix the file, and it's very simple actually. All we're going to do is open up the video repair tool, go to our GS. Let me just quit that and then reload it again because I had it open. There we go, English, hit OK for the demo version. Now we're going to choose the file. Now make sure you've got an original, like a normal copy, because what happens is it needs a video, I'll explain this in a minute, but it needs a video reference to fix the full-fledged file. So I've got my hard drive with some original footage which is not corrupted, is what I'm trying to say. So we open up the edit. This is the duplicated file. We hit open, and then we choose a repair file. It's in my hard drive here, video edit. Now this is just another, it's like almost the same exact footage, but it's using that for referencing. But just make sure you've got some normal footage which you can reference it, is what I'm trying to say. And it says the output folder, when it's finished repairing, it puts it straight onto the desktop. Now, once it has repaired your footage, and let's say it's pretty bad, but you can, okay, for example, let's say if it's playing, but it's still like when it first starts the video, because obviously if you're going to use this for editing, it doesn't render it very well, as I'm saying, on the iMovie or Final Cut Pro. So what you need to do is take that into iMovie or Final Cut, render it at the highest level that you can do, like 26 megabits. I'll show you how to do this in a minute. I'm just waiting for the file to finish repairing. And then it'll make sure it's a lot more smoother. It'll look like a normal video file as normal. Alright, now it's done scanning. All we do is we preview it to check if it has actually fixed it. As you can see here, look, you see how this is all blurry, but then when you hit play, it plays normally. So what we're going to do next, just to really make sure everything is smooth and perfect, you see how it lags when it first finds all those little pixels or whatever, and then it plays smoothly. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up iMovie, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to make sure that all of the footage looks smooth. I don't know how to put it. It's so that it's all rendered correctly. But we've already fixed the file. We've already got a repaired version of our file. But this is more just to make sure everything is 100% fixed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply drag this into iMovie. We're going to hit Share, File, and make sure you hit Video and Audio. And then on Quality, hit Custom. And what I did is you can put it to the max. That's what I would do. Just put it straight to the max. It's just 26.67 megabytes per second or whatever. And then you're going to hit Next, and you should end up with some very smooth, shouldn't have too much lag sort of footage. Right, now the file is done exporting. We'll end up with some pretty smooth footage. Obviously my Mac is a bit slow, so that's why it's a bit slow on the footage, but it plays smoothly on when I don't record it, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video on how to fix your damaged video files. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.